guys. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to make sure of something. So I'm now recording on my Samsung Galaxy S20 phone that I just got recently, a couple weeks ago. I normally use this camera, but my SD card's a bit messed up right now. I don't know why. I think something happened to it because I got some stuff on it before, so I just ordered a new one, a lot bigger size, I mean, because this one's only 64 gigs, like I like the 256 gig. So I just ordered it on Amazon, so it'll come hopefully soon. Anyway, while I'm waiting for that, I'm going to record using my phone, and I'm pretty sure you guys will like this better because it's a lot better quality, and I don't know how the camera is exactly, like the mic is exactly, but this phone is apparently like really good, so hopefully you guys have no issues seeing me and everything, and you know, it looks pretty clear on my end, so because I have it facing this way just so I can see it and stuff like that. My other camera's probably even better. This is just the front facing camera. Anyway, I was actually watching a video and it actually kind of cut off, so I will be watching that one. The thing is, I already kind of know what's going to happen in the first little bit of it because I couldn't retrieve the data from that thingy. So basically the video I was watching was, where'd it go? Is it missing now? True Schoolboy Horror Stories Animated. So I will watch the whole thing again just because I don't want to have to like edit the first part out, and because then if you guys don't know what's happening then. But basically I will tell you guys what I remember because I just watched this like 10 minutes ago. But basically, this guy lives on a farm and he walks to and from school, and then on his way back, he kind of came home and saw a car and stuff. We'll just get into it again, I'm sorry. I'm really annoyed that I have to go back, but it was only like 2-3 minutes at least, so it's pretty good.
My dad grew up in rural farm country and had to walk about half a mile to and from a bus stop each day.
That's so annoying, because then it's like you have to travel to the bus stop and travel again. No, it's annoying.
While his siblings were in either middle or high school.
And they also took the same bus stop.
He went to the same bus stop as his siblings, but they were picked up and dropped off by the bus at different times.
Okay.
My grandma was a single mum who worked as a nurse and couldn't pick him up, but my aunts and uncles usually took good care of him. There was rarely trouble in my dad's county, besides small things like teens taking tractors out for joyrides.
Tractors, of all things, tractors.
One day, when he was walking home on a stretch of country road on my family's property, he saw a van whiz by him. My grandma's family often let locals drive through as a sort of shortcut, so my dad wasn't too alarmed. That all changed when he realized that the van had pulled in a ways up the road. My dad looked inside the van as he passed it and saw a gruff, bug-eyed
That's totally sus. Just a random sus old guy.
My dad said the look in his eyes was unsettling, like an excited shark setting sight on its prey. Mister, what are you doing on our farm?
Right? Get out of here.
The old man got out of his car and gave my dad some spiel about how his parents had got into a car crash, and my dad needed to go with him to the hospital. Alarm bells went off for one single reason. His parents were divorced, and his dad lived 2 states away. His parents couldn't stand to be around each other, much less in the same car unless it was an absolute necessity. Thinking quick, my dad then asked, "Did you take my brother Ricky there already?" The old man told my dad, "Oh yeah, I picked Ricky up from school and took him right away." My dad didn't have a brother Ricky. He ran towards his house, cutting across the forest.
I love how you set it up like that, like on the spot. That's really good.
The old man followed behind on foot.
Here's where
my dad.
Here's the spot where
my dad was just about to give out from exhaustion when he reached the driveway to his house.
About here, I think that's where the camera failed.
He saw that his mum wasn't even home and got scared that the man would try to come inside. When he saw his Uncle Buck standing on the porch, cleaning his favorite rifle.
Perfect timing.
This struck my dad as odd, because his mum had told him that Uncle Buck had gone on vacation, and my dad hadn't seen him in months.
Oh shit. Who was that?
He screamed, "Uncle Buck, that man's trying to get me in his car." Now, Uncle Buck was a scary-looking guy. He was a World War II vet, with Willie Nelson braids and a ZZ Top beard. He was a biker who drank whiskey and smoked cigars, and won plenty of bar fights. Definitely the kind of guy you don't mess with. He didn't say anything as my dad ran inside the house. My dad watched from his bedroom window as Uncle Buck put his rifle together real quick and yelled something at the man. The old man narrowed his eyes, spun around, and hightailed it back. It took my dad a few minutes to calm down before he went back down to the porch to talk to Uncle Buck. But when he went there, he couldn't find Uncle Buck anywhere.
What?
When his siblings and Mum got home, he told them exactly what happened.
That was Uncle Buck, was it?
According to my dad, his mum went whiter than a sheet and
It was
asked
Uncle
him
Buck.
if he was sure that it was Uncle Buck.
It wasn't Uncle Buck.
Well, sure. He was even wearing that motorcycle jacket he got for his birthday. His mum didn't say anything for a few hours. That night, after dinner, my grandmother explained to my dad that Uncle Buck had died in a motorcycle crash a few months earlier in Florida, and that they buried him in those exact clothes. The rifle that my dad had seen him cleaning was kept under lock and key in my grandma's basement.
What?
When Uncle Buck died, they couldn't find the keys anywhere, so the case remained locked. When my grandma went to check the case, it was unlocked and unlatched.
What?
My father still doesn't know what to make of this, but I've got to thank Uncle Buck for saving my dad's life. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here today.
So that wasn't Uncle Buck then. That was some random guy, wasn't it? Because what? I'm so confused.
10 years ago, I used to be big into visiting weird
Close your curtains.
websites. I had a lot of time on my hand due to not playing sports, nor did I volunteer for anything.
So you go on the deep web? Perfect idea.
I
Terrific.
told my friend Mark that I was starting to get bored. Honestly, I was bored with what I was experiencing on these websites. He said I should go on the deep web. He and I used to go on the deep web, but never found anything. So I decided to search through some more stuff.
Terrific idea. Terrific.
I searched for hours every day for about 2.5 months. Still nothing that I hadn't seen already. I told Mark, and of course he said just visit the dark web. When I did go on the dark web, I saw chat rooms, all with different names. I came across one named I, as in E-Y-E. It was all in caps. I entered the chat, but before entering the live chat, you were assigned a number. Mine was P34.
Why do I feel like I remember this?
My number and entered.
Why I feel like I remember this, and then everyone said hi P34?
The comments were coming in quick. At first, I didn't understand what was going on. The screen was black, then a name popped up on the screen.
Mr. Wiggles. I think I remember this already.
The comments immediately stopped, and a voice came over my speakers. Welcome, P34. Then his name disappeared off of the screen, and the comments continued, everyone giving me welcomes.
I remember this story.
A few minutes go by. Then a countdown from 10 pops up on the screen. Then the chat goes crazy. Once it reached the number 1, the screen went straight to what looks like a view from a camera just watching someone in what looks like at their home. I sat there watching this for 20 minutes and nothing happened, so I shut down my computer. The next day I went to school, had a normal day, went to Walmart, then I went home. I decided to go back on the same chat from before. I confirmed my number P34, and again, there were hundreds of people commenting. Mr. Wiggles popped up, and just like before, the comments stopped.
No new members. It's at the
Across
top.
the screen, it said, "No new members tonight." Then the countdown started again. Everyone in the chat started going wild. The countdown finished, and then it was showing the point of view from a
Your
camera
school.
again, but it was outside of the school. My school from earlier that day. At that point, I was intrigued. I couldn't tell if it was focused on a certain person or just watching the school. After 30 minutes of watching the video, our school bell rang.
30 minutes you were just
started to
watching
come
it?
outside while whoever was recording was positioned across the street in the car. Once everyone came out, the person got out the car and started to follow a crowd of kids. Everyone started to split from each other.
No.
And the person recording started to follow someone.
Was that you?
It was my friend Mark.
Oh my god.
He had to be at least 100 feet behind him. I started to call Mark, but he didn't answer. I kept calling him as I I watched the video, but nothing. The person followed him to his house and sat outside of his house for a few minutes. The man behind the camera finally said, "No parents are home." And he began to walk to Mark's house, rang the doorbell, and waited as he continued to record. A few seconds go by, and Mark opened the door. He looked confused, and the guy said, "P34 sent me." And Mark looked afraid, then the camera shut off and everyone in the chat left. So I did too. I called Mark's house phone instead of his cell phone, and his mother answered. I asked for Mark, and she said that she thought he was with me. I panicked. I then received a notification on my phone from my Gmail account. It said the sender was Mr. Wiggles. The message was, "I'm getting closer, P34.
Or it says hi, stop.
I was shocked and didn't know what to do, so I called the
That's
cops.
exactly why I don't go on the deep web. Exactly
They
why.
didn't do anything about it because the email disappeared. I haven't
Disappeared,
been on
you
the
can't.
dark web since, and no one has seen Mark. Still to this day, I receive messages with pictures of me in random places, along with the same written message that said, "It can happen anytime." I honestly wish I never went on the dark web.
Well, yeah, it was your friend's idea, so he's the one that freaking fucked you up there. Like, who the hell does that? Like, oh, I'm just gonna go in the deep web and get effed up. Like, totally, it's totally smart. Like, let's do that. I'm gonna get right on that. Like, right on that. It's like, you know, it's no. Stupid people. Okay. I mean, at least he learned his lesson. I mean, the friend of Mark is missing though, so that's not good. I don't know if Mark was the one that told him to go in the deep web. I don't remember. And that's creepy because he said P34 sent me. So it's like, that's crazy. It's sus. That's creepy. So it's like he knew that was his friend and stuff too. So it's really scary, to be honest. The moral of that story is don't go in the deep web or dark web. Not once, not twice, not ever. That's all you gotta do when you're fine. Okay? Okay. That's all you gotta do for that one. The first one, again, he was obviously trying to like kidnap him or do something like that. So be careful with who you're meeting. Be careful with who you're encountering. And I'm sorry again for the first 2 minutes that I already saw, but my thing messed up and I couldn't retrieve the footage for whatever reason. It was like, do you want to try to, I had to like get it back, and I was like, yes, and then I was like, failed, and I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna get a new SD card, because I'm pretty sure this one's old and stuff too anyway, plus this is like a small one anyway, so like 64 gigs, might as well get a 200 and something gig, so I can save a lot more storage, because that's one of the main issues with my camera, or with my thingy. It never goes, there's always so much, like only so many videos, and then I have to like put them on the computer, and it's so annoying. Not enough storage and all that, so yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you are new. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. And again, with the first story, just be careful. Like, be careful walking to and from school, on the bus, anywhere you are. Just be careful anywhere in public. Like, be careful just sitting in your own house. Like, that's the side of the world we live in. That you literally have to be careful just being in your own house sometimes, because you never know what's gonna happen. But that's gonna be it. And I'm pretty sure with this camera, by the way, you can see a lot more. Like, I feel like you can see like my whole room now. Because like, this camera's like really good and it gets like a nice wide view. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this, and I can continue recording on this. But I do plan to go back to this with the SD card. So let me know what you guys think, because I already bought it, so I might as well use this again. So I don't know, unless I get a new camera. People are asking me what I want for Christmas. New camera. Anyway, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I'm not used to stopping this camera. 1 second.